Well, hello there, Phil. I am going live right this minute, and I've got an echo. Let's see what our problem is. Let's. Don't know. Don't. Hey, Sheila and Bavita. Unmute the mic. Can y'all hear me now? Let's see if we still have an echo. Yep, we still got an echo. What is the problem? Oh, I know what it was. Exit out of some of these other things. Now, did that help? Can y'all hear me now? I can't hear me now. Oh, I don't want to end the stream. Let's see what is going on. What's going on? Can you hear me now? Okay. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me right this minute. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, hello, Wheat and Sheila and Jovita. Thank y'all for coming in. Oh, yes, I'm just, it has been one of them days. I'm trying to get this thing to come up with two screens so that I could watch what was going on actual YouTube and on here too, as Jerry has been trying to instruct me to do, but I'm not doing good at it, you guys. Okay, I am so glad that y'all can hear me. It has been one of those days. There's Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. Glad to have you. Boy, girls. Well, you guys, mother-in-law's not in good shape. We have still got her home. She's still with hospice. She's not drinking or eating. So it's just a matter of time. It's been really rough on all of us. I've been trying to get out some videos this week. Some of them were ones that I had already had in there in the laptop, needed editing. And then the one I did today with the sweet potato, I thought I had set it up not to come out until Friday, but I'm assuming it came on because I see you guys are already commenting on it. So anyway, yeah, had to get those strawberries up, guys. I didn't want to waste them, and you know, yeah. So like I said, if any of you want some little strawberry plants, let me know, and I'll bring you some if I come to the meetup. And wait, if you want some, I'll bring you some the next time I come that way. They're really good strawberries. Those may be the little tiny ones. I'm not sure. Uh, anyway, let's see what else is going on. Okay, Tamara, thank you. I know how that goes. I am way behind on the videos that I usually watch for you guys, and I am sorry, but just like I told Jan, Simply Jan, the other day. Oh gosh, I'm behind, and I was watching her live after her live, and I said, Jan, I said I didn't get to watch the live, but I'm watching it now, and she sent me back and says, don't worry about it, no problem. I know that you've got a lot going on, so I appreciate y'all. Oh gosh, it has been one week, guys. You just have no clue. It is so sad. And the only thing we can praise God for is that she's not suffering. She's not suffering at all. No, doesn't seem to be in pain at all. She does choke if we try to give her anything, which is really sad, but you know how that goes. Let's see. Yeah, that's the main thing that we are just praising God for, you know. And I mean, it's sad just to watch anybody that you know and you've been around. And even if you didn't love them, it would be sad to me to watch somebody just waste away like that. But, you know, that's how it goes. I hope that you guys can hear what I'm saying. I'm trying to talk quieter because Joey came home tonight and we've all been sitting up. And he was give a slap out. So he came home and he's already gone to bed. And I don't want to wake him up. But you know how I am. I talk loud. So I'm hoping that I don't get him up here in a few minutes. Get wound up here and wake him up. But great. Let's see. We got some of the weeds up and got some of those beds cleaned out. Got a few little Meyer lemons on the trees, and I'm hoping I get a lot more. Somebody was saying that if I'll add some open containers of water in my greenhouse, that I may get more bloom. I mean, I may get more fruit that'll actually stay on, because, you know, with fruit trees, like 90% of the fruit falls off, or 98% of the fruit falls off. So I'm hoping that I can get them to hang on there long enough to develop. You know, this past season, I guess last summer is what I'm trying to say, I only got like 5 lemons. And the season before I got about 12. So I'm hoping that this year I do better. One of my trees is looking kind of rough. Hello, Jerry, or I guess I'm assuming it's Jerry, Butler Family Farm. It's good to see you in here. So we are just, thank you, guys. We are just hanging in there. Got those beds ready, and I'm so disappointed, guys. I got my dirt in my little planters for my starts, and I tried to get my tomato plants going and some squash going, and guys, I guess I got my dirt too wet and left it sitting too long because the dirt has mildewed. So I'm going to have to redo all of that. And you know how you do when you're in a hurry and you're not here. And I just added water to the bottom container thinking it'll be all right. But I guess the soil was already so wet from where I had watered it down good. And then having that water sit there, it just never did dry out any. So got to start all over with that, but that's okay. If nothing else, I'll just go buy a few of them. You know how it is. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Oh, goodness. I don't know if Robertson's Belly Acres had a live tonight. I was looking for it and did not see it, guys, so I don't have a clue. Looked for it just there, well, from about 15 after, for about 10 or 15 minutes, I watched for it thinking maybe I didn't get a notice saying that it was not up, but I've noticed that I am having problems getting my subscribers. You know, YouTube has unsubscribed my own husband from me. And so you know how that goes. So he says, you got to go in here and figure out why they did this or what happened. And I said, they just unsubscribed people. I said, you obviously are not watching me often enough. He says, well, I'm watching you, but I watch it on the TV. And I said, oh, so you don't make any comments or anything? He said, well, no. Anyway, that's the way it goes, guys. That's the way it goes. Oh, let's see. Hello, Benzover Acres. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. And let's see. Says, I am trying to get back in the swing with the family wedding, birthdays. Sorry I missed you. Did leave a thumbs up at Butler Family Farms. That's good. I haven't seen you guys in a while either, with all this stuff going on with family and my mom, mother-in-law, and everything. It's been a rough 2.5 weeks or whatever. This is my 3rd live since all this stuff started. You know, of course, she fell on that first live that I was doing it that afternoon, and it's been 2 full weeks of this. And okay, so you didn't see it either. Okay, so Jerry, I saw that Jared had a live, but I haven't checked on his video either. I know his tiny house looks like they're doing good with the roof and all there. Have not checked on it. Like I say, I have not had a chance to breathe really. Oh, Rusty and Rachel did cancel. Okay. Well, I didn't get a notice saying they'd canceled either, so you know how that goes. Of course, I may have gotten it and I just didn't see it, or it got deleted somehow with a butt delete. I did turn my phone on and it was playing something when I was trying to talk uh, on the phone at my mother-in-law's house, and so it was playing and I was talking on the phone, and finally I said, hold on just a minute, and I went in because I listened to books on tape, and so it was one of those books that I was listening to and decided to come on for some reason. Anyway, oh, it says the Robertsons Billy Akers had a family emergency. I hope the mom and the sister's okay. Bless her heart. I know she's having a lot of trouble with her. And guys, it has been one of those weeks. Let me see. I'm assuming this is down all the way. Yep, it looks like I'm getting to the bottom here. Well, y'all, wanted to get started on my garden bed. When my shorts, my starts off of those potatoes get that sweet potato gets going, I'm going to do a video and show y'all how I separate them and get them in the ground and everything. You know, last year we got quite a bit of sweet potatoes off of that one. I think I had like 6 or 8 little starts, you know, that I had put in there. So we will see how that turned out. So Vita says she didn't see a notification either. And Sheila, I really hope that you were doing okay. Bless your heart. I just seen that you had an emergency or whatever come up. Hello, Gold Pan and Suntan. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you made it in here. We're just chatting tonight about a little bit of everything. And let's see. That's about it. I was going to say, but you know, it's not even going over far enough for me to go back and forth on my video, to see what's there and what isn't for some reason on my thing. It must have supersized itself somehow or another. Oh, okay. Not you, Sheila. Okay. All right. Sheila, my onions are doing great that you sent me, hon. Yeah, they're all already up, and they're about 4 inches or so out of the ground now, and I'm really excited about that. And so, well, how did your Gold Pan and Suntown? How did that last box that you got? Have you checked it yet to see how much gold was in there out of the pay dirt that they sent you? We were up in Helen, and I almost went to one of those places where you buy the dirt from a gold mine, you know, and pan it. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, just crazy. But it's more fun to go out and find it yourself. You know, there's going to be a piece or two in that. And okay, I see. See Habita's message. And no, we didn't get rain today. It was windy, and it probably didn't get over about 62 degrees. So you could see in the video where I had my hair back braided, and it was just blowing every which way, and I kept trying to push it out of my face. But anyhow, I wanted to get out there and get a little something done in that garden because I've been gone, you know, so much with my mom, or our mother-in-law, I should say. And yeah, we've just been going. Thank you, Jovita. I really enjoy that channel, so I'm glad you posted that. And you guys, if you have not checked out their channel and you have any interest in seeing him pan for gold, this guy knows what he's doing. And it's really fun. He does really good with his videography. He says he's dumb. No, I have seen and watched his, and I'm really impressed with his video. And so, has anybody heard from Amy and at Leonard Mountain Homestead? Haven't heard anything, and I looked, and as of yesterday or the day before, I did not see any videos from them put out. And Heartland with Dink and Tank, I love that little kitty, y'all. That little kitty is cute as it can be. And so you guys, somebody went to the Okie Homes Expo. Oh, she's gone to the Okie Expo. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they had told me about it, but I knew I just couldn't make that many trips out there. And I guess it's a good thing I didn't plan now because I would have had to cancel. But yeah, it's exciting to see what's going on. We'll be seeing some videos from that, I'm sure. There's quite a few people were going to that. I don't know if Jan was going to get to go this time or not, and I haven't seen anything. I saw her live, but that's about it. What did you guys think about the little centerpiece that I did? I think Tamara, I think you said that you thought it would look good with the little flowers around the front. If you have not seen it, that's it. And this is just the little cover from the Dollar Tree that you put over your plants, to keep them from getting all frostbitten, when they're real new and tender. But, I never use those. I've got some little netting that I use if the bugs start getting on them, when they first start out. Thank you, Tamara. That was a fun project to do, actually. It was easy and fun, and I had to do something to get away and just relax a little bit. So I enjoyed doing that one. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you. I don't know if you saw that, Heartland, but GoPan and Suntan said they swung over to your channel and going to check it out more when this live is over. That's great. Oh, it's easy. You don't have to have much talent to do some of these things, folks, because I'm not really talented. Now, my granddaughter, she can draw and paint and do pottery that you would not believe. I'll have to get some of her pottery one day and show it to you guys. It is amazing. Some beautiful stuff. And she was looking into buying a house right over here about 30 minutes away, and she was going to work in Auburn, and it had 2 houses on the property and a little store building. And she was going to fix the store building up and do her pottery in there and have one section that she could display like on a Saturday or whatever, and sell her stuff that she did, her paintings and her artwork and all in there. And any other thriving young artists that wanted to put their stuff in there could come in on certain days and do that. And I thought that would be a really good idea. But I went over and looked at the property, and it was just more work than I thought she would ever be able to do. It was a beautiful place. 2 houses. The houses were not in good shape. The floors were really, really off level. A couple of the windows had been broken out, which stuff like that's not a problem. But one of the houses was really bad, and it was going to have a new roof and stuff like that. And so, it's always something. And her being 24 years old, I just didn't feel like that she would have the ability to get in there and do stuff like I did when I was that age. Because, back then you did stuff because you had to. Now you learned it because you had to. Nowadays people hire it done. And she doesn't have a good enough job to be able to make her payments. Even if she had one house fixed up and was living in just a room or two in the other house until she could get it going, it would still be, I think, more than she could handle. So I tried to discourage her against it. I'm hoping it worked. And there's my wild home. Thank you. I am glad you're here. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, goodness. We have been just discussing a little bit of everything. And yeah, you'll get to the 2,000. You guys, I'm at 656, I believe. So it's going up, guys. And I'm really excited. So, I'm hoping to get to that 700 in the next couple of days. And I'd like to get to that 1,000 by the time, by when I've been here a year, which will be June, trying to do this. So, it's hard to do it when you've got all this other stuff going on, but that's just the way it is. You just deal with it the best you can. Anyway, oh gosh. We have been piddling around here trying to get things done. This house is a disaster. I'm not a real big housekeeper anyway, and I tend to be a hoarder because I've got junk that belonged to my grandmother and my mother and mine, and now some of the stuff that my granddaughter had in her camper that's been moved too, and have it too. So God Almighty, I've still got boxes of stuff from my youngest daughter upstairs that she should have done something with. So, and in the attic we've got dolls from when they were little. So I just can't get rid of nothing, I guess. Anyway, but I did come home and try to get a little bit done this week a couple of times. And that's when I said, I'm going to get out there and try to get that garden started on, because it's getting here. And after Easter is when we usually don't have any more frost around here. When I was a kid, we went swimming every year at Easter. It didn't matter if there was snow on the ground. We went swimming. That was just our day. That was our first day that we could go swimming, and we did it no matter what. And so I thought about that, Easter coming up this weekend. God. Oh, and oh my goodness. Oh, geez, y'all. We always went to the lake, and I live 5 minutes from West Point Lake, and so we would go to West Point Lake, and we would have a cookout, and take sandwiches, and we'd just spend most of the day over there. Sometimes we'd have a group of people, and we'd have the Kroger sack races and everything else, and all the kids would play badminton and whatever else. So we had a good time, and it's we don't do that kind of stuff anymore, y'all. Just don't. Most of the families, there's half of them are dead, or I don't have any family really. I've got some cousins that are second and third cousins. I've got two first cousins, and then my sister and her boys, and my brother and his kids. And really, as far as other relatives, we just don't have a whole lot. Not that we don't want to have anything to do with them. Everybody's lives are just so busy that we just don't get together anymore for those family reunions and things. I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like it's more of a hassle. So I guess we're old and lazy. I guess that's all I can think of. Melody, I'm glad you got in here. And let's see, Goldpan and Suntan said they're going to check out your link, Wild Melody. And anyway, so let's see, I got a Barbie room for granddaughter Barbies from the 60s, 70s, 80s to current. Brats. Okay, yeah, we've got a lot, and we've got the Barbies in the boxes. And then my oldest granddaughter went up and opened some of the boxes that were Brandy's, her Barbies, that had never been opened. And so I had gotten her some of those same ones, and her mom had put hers up. So I guess when she found my youngest daughter's stash, she says, "Oh, well, I'll just play with hers then." So I went down there and swapped them out. So hers that had been opened are now in Madison's Supply, and Brandy's got hers now. Anyway, you know how you have to do. Bless her heart. Anyway, oh God, it has been, the dogs are acting crazy. My little Rosie, I think, is going in heat, and that's going to drive me nuts. Don't know whether I want to mess with breeding her right now with all that's going on, or if I'm just going to let them stay together and see what happens. If it happens, it happens, and if it don't, it don't. Rosie she's 3 years old, and she's never really acted like she's interested. So, I don't care if she never breeds. Personally, it's one less thing to deal with. Even though I do think she would throw some really pretty puppies. She and Casper would throw some beautiful puppies. But it's just a hassle. You got to keep them up, and when they're born, you've got to be right there with them. When you've got a puppy that doesn't weigh but a pound or an ounce or two, most of Casper's puppies weigh about 2 ounces. So 3 and 4 ounces at the very most. And them's little bitty critters. So, and a lot of times when you've got dogs that don't weigh but 4 and 5 pounds, you have to pull those babies. And Rosie is heavier than that. She is about 6 or 6.5 pounds. So I don't think she would have a problem as far as carrying the babies. Are having, because Casper's not but 5 pounds, but you know how that goes. It's just a lot of work. And then you got to try to keep them alive. And then when they get to crawling and getting into everything, you got potty pads galore. And then when they get to the mouths open and start making a mess and chewing those pads up all over the house, you don't know. You have to walk along with your feet, go slide them, because if you don't, your feet will get under them, because they're going to run up right under your feet first thing. And you're going to end up kicking them across the floor and worried to death you done broke one of them's leg or something. Anyway, so it is a mess. But if I do have a litter, I try to get mine where they're already almost litter box, potty pad trained and pet door trained, so that when people that get my dogs get them, that they're already got a little bit of training behind them, and they've not been just kept in a cage all their life. I like for mine to be really socialized. So it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but I do enjoy having those little puppies. They are so much fun to play with. And, my grandkids, my youngest 3, really enjoy seeing the puppies, especially the 2 that live here. They live over on the lake, Rachel and Lizzie. So Lizzie's always saying, we've been getting some more puppies. When we got some more puppies. And every time she comes, she runs up there to see if we got any more animals born. So poor kid. Anyway, yeah, that's the joys of having puppies. That's exactly right, guys. Well, we have been on here more times. Yeah, it is fun watching them run around. Got to feed the man. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in here, Tamara. And that's Heartland with DQ with Dink and Tank. And there's Leonard Mountain. Hello, I was just checking on you, Amy. How are you? I hope you're doing better from your blood clot you had. Oh, goodness gracious. I asked earlier, had anyone heard from you? And they said that you were they thought you were going to the Okie Expo this weekend. Isn't it this weekend? I'm thinking it is. Anyway, it may be already going on for heck all I know. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Oh, we have been trying to get things going around here to get some of these animals relocated. I did get out and spray this field over here where I keep the mama goat and the supposedly baby goat that's a year old, that's not a baby, that stays in the yard and not in the pasture, because she comes right through the fence. That little devil, you can't keep her in, bless her heart. But yeah, so I did get over there and get most of it sprayed with some stuff that would kill out the I guess it's crabgrass or something. And also there was a lot of burdock and I guess it's burdock and thistle growing in there, and the stuff that I put down would hopefully get rid of all that without killing my grass. And so far it looks like okay, Jovita says it's over, and MT Homestead put out a video today on the expo. Well, I'm so far behind, I haven't gotten to see anybody's videos. Very little have I gotten done lately, guys. It's just been a whirlwind around here. Boy, you guys, we have had some good food brought to the house. One lady brought us some homemade lasagna, and oh my God, I could have hurt myself with that stuff. His homemade lasagna is so much better than this, the kind like you see, from in the boxes that you just get out of the freezer and pop in the oven, which the Stouffer's is pretty darn good for all I care. But, that's the way it goes. Let's see. Says we went to the Okie Homestead, and she's resting today, had a major headache, and her mouth is hurting. Not sure if I ate something to make my mouth hurt, but I rested today. Well, goodness, girl. Hope you didn't get a cavity or abscess or something that you didn't know about. You could have cracked a tooth, and I have bit into things and injured my tooth and didn't even know it. You know how that goes. And there's Loma Gibson. Hello, Loma. How are you? And they're from Big Sandy, Texas. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're in here. It is a trip to see you guys in here. It's welcoming. Oh, goodness, we have and we went, you all know that we went to Helen, Georgia. Well, that's where I met Loma, I think. And that was a trip. sprinkled rain and drizzled a lot while we were there, but it was so nice to get away. And thank God we went on that trip, because if we had not, we would probably not be getting a break for a long time now with all that's going on. And Amy said she goes in April for her ultrasound of her heart, and then they will put a heart monitor on her. Okay, well, bless your heart. I hope everything turns out okay. You're not that old, girl. You're very young to be having those kind of problems. But you know, my dad had a massive cerebral hemorrhage and a massive heart attack when he was 29. So you can never be too young. You never know. And one of the guy that I went to school with had a heart attack playing basketball and died at the school gym. And, you know, he told the coach he wasn't feeling well, and the coach told him to go downstairs. So he felt like he was going to throw up. And the coach told him to go down to the locker room. And when he didn't come back up, he sent somebody down there to find him, or the coach went down to find him and found him dead. So, you know, they tried to resuscitate, but he didn't make it back. It was a really sad thing. He was a super nice guy. If it hadn't been for him, I probably would have failed math that year, because he would help me. Tutored me some in math for free, just because he was a nice guy. And yes, Amy, you are so right. God does, Jovita, you are so right. God does have his hands in this, Amy, and you ain't got anything to worry about. He's going to keep you around for a long time. See those little grandbabies. Oh, goodness gracious, guys. I got on it's a Saturday shout out. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it before, but it's on Facebook. Darren with Magnificent Germany invited me to come on, and so I posted this craft video that I did here that I was showing you guys earlier. I posted it on there, and you know, it wasn't the best video, but it seemed to get a pretty good response from it, and I was glad to hear that. And so, oh goodness gracious, it's one thing after another, guys, one thing after another. But you know, he showed me how to get on there, but I don't know if I'll ever get back on it again. But I'm going to attempt it, you know, maybe in a couple of weeks when all of this is over and done. I may have to call him and say, okay, walk me through this again. But maybe if I do it again, I'll get it all down. But I believe I can do it. He showed me how to copy it and paste it into that particular channel, and then you have to put it as a premiere, so it shows on YouTube at the same time that it was showing on Facebook on this channel. So it was pretty interesting, but I've never done a premiere. So then I had to wait. I had set it up as a late time, and then I had to wait until they gave me a time slot, and then I had to go back in and edit my video time on, you know, as my premiere, so that it would come out in the time slot. So it was interesting. It was something different. So you guys, if I figure it out and you hadn't figured it out, maybe one of you guys could go on there and I could give you a clue how to do it too. It's a good way to get your things out there, especially, you know, I don't post my Facebook is just a private, not really private. It's just mostly my kids and grandkids' way of sending me pictures and things like that, especially when they were so far away in other states away or in other countries, you know, being military. But we have, so I may have to go in and change it over to, so I can share a lot of stuff from YouTube onto there. I don't know if I can do it the way he showed me how to do it. So I could do it that way, I guess. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, GoPan. Those heart monitors are a pain to have to wear. I had to wear one once a long time ago. I was having fainting spells or falling out spells. I don't know. They said it had something to do. My blood pressure kept dropping real bad. And come to find out, I was allergic to some IVP dye that they had given me at the clinic to look into my kidneys or my bladder and all. And they did an ultrasound or one of those, whatever it is, they put that dye in there and take a look at your inside. But that old timey dye that they used, I was allergic to it, and it was making my, just all of a sudden, my blood pressure dropped like 50 over 25 or 30. I mean, they said they didn't know how I was alive. It would drop so low and I would just fall out. And around that heavy equipment at work, they just had a fit and said, oh, no, you can't come back to work till we get this solved. So it was a few days there. They put me in the hospital and made me wear that monitor and all kinds of stuff. And come to find out, they didn't let me do the next testing. They changed it out and used a different kind of contrast, whatever it is. And the stuff went right away because they were doing it like repeatedly because I had blood in my urine for some reason. And they still don't know. I still have blood in my urine to this day and nobody knows why. I'm just a weird character, I guess, guys. I'm just a weird character. But just having to wear that monitor around and everything you do, and you have to be careful not to bump it. You know, I was paranoid I was going to tear that sucker up. So maybe you won't have to do it, but, you know, just over the weekend or something. Most of the time, that's what they do. You know, just for a long enough period, just to see if you're going to have fluctuations. Oh, goodness, guys. Stayed up really late last night. Well, half the time I'm up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning anyway, because I'll go to bed and then I'll get back up and then I'll go to bed and I get back up. I just can't sleep for some reason. Anyhow. Oh, but yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. But you guys, we have been trying our best to get everything situated here. Got these little critters. I'm going to most likely sell my goats. You know, that little goat, I can't keep her in. She's ate up every one of my blueberries that were coming on my blueberry bushes. I got to choke her. Even though I did put a little fence around it, I didn't put it up good. And she figured out how to crawl right through that fence. That little devil, I could have choked her. And she's eaten almost every one of the blooms off of my bushes. Oh, Lordy, I may have to end this live, guys. Whew, I'm yawning. Oh, so anyway, so I just can't keep her in. I'm going to have to do something. I was hoping that I would get through cleaning out that fence, you know, along this lower fence line and get new stuff up there and be able to move them down there. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get that done anytime soon. And I'm afraid she's going to get out into the road and get herself run over because she keeps getting closer and closer. She's been out there. I've caught her several times out there at the road, on the edge of the road, you know, where the county has not come and mowed or anything. And we've been so busy, we've not mowed. In fact, we've not mowed here. We did weed eat the front yard with the weed eaters. We haven't even checked the mower to see if it'll run this year. We've been so busy. So the goats ran you ragged too. Oh, well, these are not really, I've never had a problem with these little ones. Now, those bigger ones that I had a few years ago, those suckers would get out of the pen. They would walk across the top of the wire just like a one strand of wire, and they'd be up there standing balanced on that stuff. And I'm going, how in the heck? I even put a strand of electric around there, and those devils could figure out how to get out of it even with that. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And I got 3 roosters, and I've only got like 14 or 15 hens. So I'm getting rid of 2 of the roosters. 2 of the roosters, the big red one and the gray one, are pretty aggressive. That gray one is super aggressive. And for some reason, the red one does not like red. If I have on anything red, he tries to attack me. So I don't know if it's maybe he thinks that I'm a cone. Maybe he sees the red and thinks it's a big cone on another rooster. I don't know. I've never had that issue before. But anyway, yeah, those. So I'm probably going to take the 2 goats and those 2 roosters to the sale. And then I can probably move the mama chicks, take the mamas away from the babies and put all the babies together. You know, you hate to do that, but I've got to do something because I can't keep them all separated the way I've got them now. And eventually I'll be able to put all the hens in one pen. And, you know, I let them out every day anyway. So if I could get them to go in there, that would be good. That way, Why is it doing this? Here, let me get me a swallow of something. There's Val. Hello, Southwest Living with Val. Hey, I didn't see you come in. Yeah, so I am hoping that I can get them trained to all of them congregate together and put all of them in the same pen. And then when that pen gets ate down, I can move them to the other pen and let them out and put them in that pen for a while, and transfer them back and forth. And that way I don't have to drag my hoop pen around as much as we do. Joey and I have moved it around a good bit to try to keep the grass from getting ate down all the way to the bottom. And Jovita says, howdy, Kevin. Who is Kevin now? Oh, Jackie Boy. Hello. There's Hiking with Jackie Boy. I'm sorry. I didn't even see you come in. Okay. Good to have you. I have not looked at any of y'all's videos. I'm sorry. I have looked at some lives right quick. Some shorts that pop up. I've just had so much going on and, people in and out and all that kind of stuff that you can't get into anything. Let's see what else is going on. Jovita, put your information in there. So if you guys have not watched Hiking with Jackie Boy, I wish you guys would. It's Jackie Boy is his dog. And it's really an interesting video. He goes out and does a lot of videoing out there in the Southwest, I guess. So it's fun. It's interesting ground. And they have some Indian history, family, whatever background, I think his wife. And they've been invited to several of the powwows or whatever events, buffalo events and things. So they were really interesting videos. So I was glad to see that. And I've not seen Making It Home yet come in, but you guys, she keeps saying that she's not going anywhere with her channel. And I've not looked to see what's going on with her channel, but when she posts, I always try to watch and I always give it a like. Some of the things, I don't try to be mean, and I hope you guys don't think I am if I make a comment like, try to turn your music down or talk a little loud or whatever. I'm trying to critique and give you what I would think. Now, I talk loud anyway, so I just got a big mouth. My school teachers and family can attest to that all the way through school. But yeah, okay, it's the Texas Hill Country. I knew it was out there so much away. Okay, so she has a real sweet, one lady has a real sweet voice and her music is pretty loud. And I told her, maybe you could tone down your music a little bit, because you can adjust the volume on your music. And so that would be good. It says Lauren and Joe have 602 subscribers. That's great. They're about to catch up with me. Yeah, we've, so I'm at, I think I'm at I'm going to say 656. I may not be right, somewhere right around there. And I'm excited. I'm thrilled to death, guys. I would like to get on around that corner and get to my 1,000, but I'm not going to rush it. If I get there, I will get there eventually because I'm not quitting this thing, guys. Let's see. Oh, you're being so mean. Oh, okay. Oh, so it was you. I was thinking it was you, but I wasn't sure. Val, that's why I didn't call you out because a lot of times I could not hear you have that calm, sweet voice where I have that real high-pitched whatever voice, but yours was getting drowned out by the music. So, and you know what? I have had 2 of my things have been zabbed as copyright issues. And the music is from Filmora, Wonder Chef Filmora. So I've attempted to go in and contest it. I don't know if it'll do me any good. But it's not hurting me right now, but I may end up having to go in and take the music out of my videos, and that'll be all right if I do. But, some of those videos that weren't that great, I didn't even, I I didn't even keep them anyway. I just kind of deleted those things off the computer. Didn't have to hang on to them. So you know how that goes. Um, and yeah, the audio is, and I wish I knew more about how to use this stuff. And I really need to take time to sit down and look at it and figure out why. I know that with Filmora 13 that you can take out some of the background noises, which would be wonderful. I just haven't figured out yet exactly how to do it. And you can also blur things, which is really good, and just have one thing that's super clear and blur the other things around, and that's good. Yes. Oh, you've had copyrights too. So I may not add music if the music, when you've just got something like that video I put out today, working out there getting the runaway strawberries up. I mean, there was a long stretch there where wasn't nothing being said. I'm just going to have to get in there and talk, I guess. If I'm going to get copyrighted every time I put some music in there, I'm just not going to put any music in because it's a pain, to have to go back and dispute everything. Jerry was telling me that he had to go in and dispute. When I was looking at it, I don't know what to check on that to dispute them. So I don't know what editing platforms each of you use, but I use that. Okay, Hiking with Jackie Boy says he uses the audio library with YouTube. I don't know if YouTube has a library that you can use that's free, because when I pulled it up, you had to actually sign up to get the music. Now, I may be in a different area. I'm not sure, but I was just kind of nervous about it. And the music comes with her subscription with Cyber Director. Well, my music comes with the Filmora too, and it's free with Filmora. So, I have permission to use it because I do use Filmora. So I don't know why I am getting, I guess maybe YouTube and Filmora do not compare what music is approved and not approved. I would like to put better music out, but can't do that until I start making a little money at this. The music is you don't have a whole lot of choice on what you really want, what you would like to put out there. Anyway, Jerry says that he will talk me through that. Okay, yeah, I will, Jerry. I may maybe when this is all over with the family, I may get with you and see what I need to do there, because there's one that I have not done anything with yet. I just left it and said to heck with it, because it was only like, I didn't have very many looks on it anyway. So I wasn't worried about losing any money on it. If it ever does, when I first started out, these videos are horrible. My videos are getting better, but they're still not great, guys. They're still not great. But, each one's getting a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And no, my Val, my mother-in-law, is just there. She is home with hospice. No, she's taking in no food and no fluids. Every time we try to give her any fluid, she chokes. The part of her brain where the brain bleeds, where she had 4 hemorrhages in her bleeds in her brain from where she fell, and it damaged the part of her brain that tells her to swallow, and so, or tells her, I guess, do the swallowing. So it's going down her windpipe instead of her over where she should be. And anyhow, so bless her heart, she's not in any pain, and she's just there. Every once in a while we'll see her, she'll be wide awake, her eyes will be open, and she'll be reaching up to the sky. So I feel like, she knows it's just a matter of time, and maybe she sees Mr. Dudley or some of her family, or maybe she sees God. I don't know, Jesus. I just hope that that's what she's ready and waiting, and said, "Come on and get me," But it's been rough. It's super rough on her 2 sons. They had 2 boys, and Joey is 67 and Tim's 64. So it has been really rough on them. And so Tim's wife and myself are doing the bathing and the changing her and all that kind of stuff. And so it's I'm sure it's rough. It is really rough. It's rough anytime you just know somebody that's in that kind of shape, and to watch them going downhill like that. Uh, well, thank you for popping in and checking out the video again, GoPan. I forget your real name, but anyhow, I'm glad to see you in here, and thank you. Y'all, you have a good night also. And so, all we can do is just be thankful to God that she is not in pain and that she is not suffering, or if she is, she's not letting us know it. Up until day before yesterday, she was actually speaking to us every once in a while. But yesterday, all day, she never said anything. And she'll mumble something, but you can't tell what she's saying. And sometimes it's just like she's staring off into space, maybe trying to talk, and it's just not coming out, because after she had that stroke, she jumbled her words anyway. And so now with this, you can't understand anything she's saying, but that's just part of it. So, anyhow, she's had a wonderful life, and we know she's going to heaven. So this lady has been an exemplary person her whole life, as far as we know, anyhow. She taught me Sunday school when I was a little girl. So yeah, it's a sad situation. It's sad for the kids. It's always sad for the family. I'm just glad that she had the good life that she had, and that I was privileged to know her. So, that's all you can say in that situation. Loved her to death, and she was always real good to me. And as far as I know, they always liked me real well. Always seemed like they did anyway. And so it's just a waiting game now, basically. But the little cat has sure missed Joey. Every time I come out, he pops out there and tells me all kinds of, he doesn't meow like a regular cat real loud. He has like a, so that's about how loud he meows. So I think maybe he got his little voice box messed up, because obviously somebody threw him out. And then he kind of took up, he took up down there. My daughter, when she stayed home all the time, they would throw out leftovers and stuff in the edge of the woods there. And I think that perhaps he had took up and was smelling those leftovers, and that's how he ended up there. And then when Madison was here, I guess it was this past summer, he started coming up, kind of sneaking up the stairs and looking at her, but he wouldn't let her have anything to do with him. And then eventually he got more and more conscious, and he would come up and let her pet him, but that's it. You couldn't pick him up and all. And so once Madison went back out, moved away again, and Tanya started back working regular, it just made it the poor little cat, he eventually figured out if he's going to get anything, he had to come up to the house to get it. So he sleeps in the flat bed. We leave the window down for him, and he has him a nice bed. We got blankets in there for him. He sleeps in there because the dogs won't let him come in the house, bless his heart. And he's so timid or halfway wild. I can pick him up without him scratching me, but then he's wanting to get down, and I don't want to take a chance on getting scratched. So I let the little feller go. But yeah, Joey loves the cats, and I'm more of a dog person, but that's okay. He's a really good cat, and we're proud to have him. He's a good mouser. He's been dragging up mice for Joey and little squirrels and baby rabbits and everything else since he came here, I guess, ever since he started coming up here and getting that fed anyway. And Joey would put the pet door into his shop. So he comes into the pet door if it's super cold. Joey has the heat in there, and he'll come in there. But most of the time he just sleeps in the old flatbed, and that's where he prefers. And if that's what he prefers, that's wonderful. Oh gosh, we've only got about 6 minutes to go, maybe 5.5. So let's see. Yeah, we've got that little kitty. I don't know if you've seen him before. It's a yellow, kind of a tabby looking cat. And I call him Cinnamon or Cinnabon because he has swirls around on each side. He kind of looks like he's got a cinnamon roll on his sides. But like I say, he just does not have a very big meow meow. So, and there's another cat trying to take up here now. And I don't know if it belongs in some of the houses around here or what, but it started coming around and they got into a fight here the other day. And thank God we got it broke up or got them run off. So yeah, people, it's just sad that people throw out raises those darn animals and don't want them, or don't take care of their animals and get their if you're going to throw it out, at least you could do is get it fixed or take it to a shelter and let them fix it. Here in Troup County, there's a lady that actually goes around and catches cats that have been thrown out like that, and she will take them. She's got a vet that's doing a free spaying, and so he will spay all the females. He was doing the males too, but now he stopped doing the males for free, but he is doing the females so that we can cut down on the population maybe of the stray cats around. And she advertises them as barn cats, and so anybody around that has a lot of hay and all, they've started getting the cats and bringing them in to keep mice out of their feed and hay and all that. So that's been really good. Several of the horse ranches around here have started that also. Oh, guys, I bumped y'all. But yeah, it's so sad that people do that, and it just breaks my heart. I was driving home from Columbus one time, and there was a clothes, those little mesh clothes baskets that you can buy at Walmart or even Dollar Tree. I seen one and it was kind of moving around a little bit, and I thought, dang, so of course dummy me, I stopped, and there was like holy cow, there was like 6 or 7 little dogs, and some of them they had flipped that basket over, and some of them had escaped and they were down in the ditch, but the others were up underneath that basket, and they were trying to walk around, and it was pushing the little basket around. And so I brought them all home and cleaned them all up, and then we ended up taking them to the at that time we just called it the pound, but now we have the I guess it's like a resource center where they send them out to different places, and no kill shelter, I guess is what it's called now. But anyway, thank God for that. And says that is how we got 3 boys and Nolly. Someone dropped off the mom and she didn't make it. We found them and fed them with a bottle, and they were all fixed. I know exactly how you feel there, hon. Going to lay down, her grandson fell asleep. Good night, y'all. I know how that goes. You better get to sleep when you can, girl, with them little babies. And yep, we're fixing to get out of here, guys. We've only got about 2 more minutes. And so thank you so much for coming in. And Sheila, thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for listening to me ramble around and seeing what's going on in our world. Not much here lately, guys, for sure. But we'll be getting back into the thick of things very soon. And I'm going to probably get off of here in just a few seconds, because that way people can have time to go over and get whatever they need for the next live that's coming up. I think Big Matt, I believe he has a live after me every Monday night anyway. Most of the time he's in there anyway. But thanks, guys, for coming in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Good night. And let's see if I can get this thing to go up. Oh, how am I going to close it out? There we go.